right. On Streamlabs, we're going to hit go live for TikTok.
Wow.
Okay.
Got a bunch of like half-used rolls of duct tape that I'm working through. Hello.
Well, now I'm confused. It says we're approved. It says we're live. I'm going to assume we're live.
Welcome, welcome.
Are we live on your end on TikTok?
I don't see us. Yeah, I'm not seeing us.
Just keep saying reconnecting, connecting over and over again.
I think I did get a message from the lady, though.
Yeah, I checked it. It said we're fine. I'm hitting end. We're having some weird stuff going on today, guys. Internet's not running good.
Darn.
Twitch is saying they only see a black screen.
Twitch, why do you only see a black screen?
Hello, everyone. Hello. We are struggling on the tech stuff today.
Yeah, tech has been...
We've been trying to do too much right now. I'm going to close Tickfinity. Streamlabs has completely froze on us. I will need to
try completely logging out of Streamlabs desktop and then logging back in with your TikTok specifically, is what Caitlin from Streamlabs support has said. Mm-hmm. Hello, folks on YouTube, folks on Twitch. Can you guys let me know, like, can you hear our audio okay? Is our video working? Please let us know. We are struggle busing in the tech department today.
Mm-hmm. Look how far behind this is.
We've had a day. We've had a very tech day. We've had a tech week.
Yeah, it might be. It might be too full with that program.
With TickStream?
No, with your slicing program.
Oh.
They might be very intensive on our Mac, and now streaming from our Mac is like trying to pull it through the ringer.
Oh, jeez.
We're like super laggy behind on all this.
I hear something. They said they hear our voice, but no video.
No video. I don't know why video wouldn't be coming through. I see us. It's working for me. It's all good. It's all good. YouTube's all good, they're saying.
Is it just...
So Twitch is getting
Twitch?
no video. Well, I see us on our Twitch.
It may be something that is on your end, my friend. Because we're looking at our Twitch stream on this end, and it's coming through okay.
Everything looks like it's going through fine on this end. But trying to start the lovely Streamlabs is giving us difficulties as well. They say completely log out of the TikTok.
That's what they said. Oh, technology.
Log in with TikTok?
Yeah.
Are you an adult?
Ooh, do you want to tell them what we've been up to this week, Dylan?
We're up to a lot.
It's been a busy week.
Yeah, new printers. We're getting a barcode thing rolling.
It feels so professional to print out barcodes.
Trying to get a new PC.
There we go.
Now we're doing a lot. In theory, this is what they said to do to make it work. If it doesn't work after this, I don't know.
Do we need to adjust our scene at all?
Probably. But we'll get there. One step at a time. What do you want the title to be?
Makin Fursuits. Makin Furbies.
What are we playing today?
Ooh, what are we playing? I want to play 33 Immortals.
Yeah, that's a good game.
If you guys have not checked out 33 Immortals, you are missing the fuck out. 33 Immortals is crazy. I have been enraptured by 33 Immortals for the past, week or something?
Yeah, we've been on it a lot. And for such a simple game, I just want to keep getting stuff. It's so much fun.
I like the dress-up part. But Dylan's getting more cool dress-up stuff than me.
I was very lucky compared to you yesterday.
Yeah, I had some bad luck. I don't know what the deal is.
Be live? I'm seeing it on the live center.
We're live.
Okay, cool.
You want to see if we can pull up Tick Stream then?
Yeah.
Or Tick whatever. Welcome to the party.
Okay, it says keep this page open while you're live.
And then it'll just autoplay sounds and stuff.
All right.
Turn off actions and events at the top and just leave on sounds. Perfect. Sweet. Hello, do you support Therians? We do. We have an overarching just idea of like, if you're not hurting yourself, if you're not hurting other people, and you're not hurting the planet,
okay.
Hell yeah. Do whatever the hell you want to do. That rocks.
YouTube all good so far. All right, guys. Next question I have all the lovely YouTube and Twitch viewers. TikTok, you can participate, I guess. How are we sounding right now?
Yes.
Music too loud because our program that we normally run our music through is not working, so we're gonna have to play it off the Bluetooth today. We all looking, sounding good?
The only things Furry hurts is our wallet. So true. So true.
What are we feeling? I've got a streamer, the head's in the background, and the one being worked on a pre-made batch. I think you guys did one before. Some are pre-made, some are commissioned stuff.
Yeah, I've got one of them back there. Actually, this one here is a pre-made suit we've been working on, kind of backburnery. The rest are all commissions, actually. Oh man, those are humongous. How many hours of work is this so far? I do not know. I have not been keeping track. Commissions do take us like considerably longer though than pre-mades do, because there's a lot of back and forth involved with the client. Damn, I don't think TickStream is like working, or maybe it is. I'm seeing people pop up and say that they're gifting things, but I'm not seeing like the actual gifts pop up on my screen at all. So I don't know if TikTok is bugging out or if y'all on TikTok are actually sending gifts. Are you guys hearing a cat noise
when you send gifts? They shouldn't
be. They shouldn't be. We should be hearing the cat noise.
Shouldn't we all be hearing the cat noise?
Mr. Beast is in our chat, and he said, just met Donald Trump. Awesome guy. Then you have not met that many people. Yeah, I think something is bugged right now because everybody that comes in is receiving like number 1 or number 2 gifter badges, and no gifts are popping up on the screen.
Rad.
Nice.
Rad. Should I just turn off Tickfinity?
No, Tickfinity's not causing it. It's TikTok.
It's TikTok.
I think I want to open these babies. We're overcast today. So I think, oh my gosh, oh yeah. And then Spill Grape Soda said, let there be light. And it was good. Here, do you want to pop yours open too? It just makes the back end look kind of dark. You're hidden in the darkness. There we go.
I don't know how much that changed, but we're open.
Huzzah! Huzzah to the good outdoor lighting. Huzzah!
All right, so who's all here today? We got Lego. We got Crispy Sprinkles in here. Cat FNAF Girl, welcome back.
Beautiful.
Awesome. Seems like everybody's saying it's sounding good. It's looking good. Glad to hear. It was struggling earlier.
Yeah, we've been in tech hell over the past 3 days. Today's day 3 of tech hell, and I think we're finally emerging from it. I think, knock on wood, fingers crossed.
Yeah, we're moving everything in the right direction. We're figuring out a lot of the problems. It all relates to not having Windows.
Yeah. No, it's tough because I'm a Mac girly, and so I have Apple everything. Our 2 computers in the office are Apple. I have iPads, iPhone. It's everything. I've got an Apple Watch, everything is Apple. I'm an Apple girly. And it's just tough because Apple works really, really, really well for like 90% of the stuff that we do. And then there's other things, particularly in the streaming subset of things, that Apple just really, really struggles with, because Apple plays really, really well with Apple, and then horribly with every other thing, right? So it's like, we'll hook up nice cameras to our like Apple computer and it'll just decimate the camera quality because it doesn't like those cameras. And none of our streaming stuff to make our stream like really pretty works with Apple. So
yeah, we have a couple things we wanted to try to do. We wanted to, you know, hook up the Tickfinity thing and be able to add alerts and some more stuff to make the TikTok experience a little bit more fun. And then on the Twitch side, we want to get all of our alerts and all the typical stuff going through Streamlabs OBS, all that. But for multi-streaming with a actually bearable bit rate, where we are at, Restream does a really good job of condensing all those things from their own cloud service. Now, that means we can stream to multiple places really easy with good quality from Restream. But Restream has a huge problem with getting the alerts and all the badges and all of that stuff showing on the Twitch end of things. So if we want to use something like Streamlabs, which has multi-streaming and has all the pretty doodads and plugins and functionality, it's all based on our hardware and our location, so it would lower the quality.
Yep.
And then it's like, oh, okay, so we'll use the Streamlabs plugin with OBS. That's not available for Mac. Okay, we'll use the TikTok live stream. That's not available for Mac. Okay.
Oh, yeah, you can totally do fan art. We love seeing fan art. We love printing out fan art that we receive and hanging it up around the office. We love it. We love it. If you want to get your fan art to us in the easiest way humanly possible, we highly recommend joining our Discord. It is discord.gg/spillgrapesoda. Are you guys furries? So I'm a furry. One other member of my staff is a furry, but actually the vast majority of my staff are not furries.
Just bought 2 of your Fursuit class videos. They are so helpful.
Hell yeah.
Are you doing commissions, pre-mades? Are those commissions / pre-mades done with the hard ear technique or the easy version?
These are the hard ear technique.
How to read that question
But yes,
twice.
these are all commission suits. No, unfortunately, you cannot visit our office. We're busy, and it's not very like, I don't know. I don't know. No, the answer is no. You can't visit our office. We do not accept visitors. Every once in a while, we'll auction off a like a day with grape at like events and stuff that we go to, where it's an auctioned off slot for you, your parent, if you are under the age of 18, and a +1 to come in and spend a day in the office with us, and we can teach you stuff, or you can just watch us work. You can bring your own project, whatever that may look like. You can come on in and hang out. But yeah, so occasionally we will offer those, but that is like super occasionally, like once or twice a year at local events.
Mm-hmm.
So this head base is actually one of our head bases. This is our slim canine head base. We have a lot of different head bases. Dylan is the one who does all of the casting. He's very talented. And then we work with Seri Studios, SERE Studios, to do the 3D modeling for our bases. How does being a furry work? That is a super broad question, but in this like most basic form, furry doesn't like work in a particular way. Furry is just basically defined as an enjoyment of anthropomorphic animals. And an anthropomorphic animal, can you get me the blue baby scissors, please?
Yes.
An anthropomorphic animal, or anthropomorphic, just means a non-human thing given human characteristics. And that essentially means like, think of the brave little toaster. Think of Zootopia. Those are all non-human things given human characteristics. They're anthropomorphized. And so furry is just an enjoyment of animals that have been anthropomorphized. And there's a lot of furries that enjoy furry in very, very different ways. I think furry is really cool because a lot of fandoms really center around like one specific piece of media, and furry is really unique in the way that it doesn't. Furry is just like a generalized enjoyment of anthropomorphic animals, and so people engage with furry in so many different ways. There's people that are like really into music, and DJing is really big in the fandom, and so they're a part of like the DJ center part of furry. There's people that are like really into cars, and so they will do like car shows at furry conventions where it's just the furry car show. Gosh, there's so many different ways. Of course, artists are a very centric part of the community. I make the costumes. There's a lot of fursuit makers out there. There's people that draw. There's people that just engage with the artsy side as from like a consumer perspective. They have a character that they feel represents them, and so they commission artwork of that character. So yeah, no, there's a bunch of different ways to like be a furry and engage in furry, and there's not really one specific way of like, this is how you be a furry. It's a very, very loose definition, and you kind of engage with the fandom in a way that you feel best fits you yourself.
People were saying that they posted some.
Hi, Pumpkin the Duchy.
Art.
Nice to see you. Damn, bipolar ass fucking weather. It's so bright outside. That's crazy.
Yeah, it switches.
It was really good when it was behind a cloud and the lighting was nice, and it was too dark in here.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, before you came back into the office, it was like really bright. I was like, this is hot. I'm going to close it.
That's crazy. Should we move the god light over then, do you think?
Everyone, how's the lighting look? Are you liking the situation? I think it looks really good from here.
Yeah, you think so?
Yeah.
How's the lighting, chat? Do we like the lighting?
I guess on the head it could be a little bit better, but the room is looking wonderful.
What's the most out there species you've been commissioned to make? I think one of the really, really cool species that I had the opportunity to make was an okapi. I thought that was so funky and fun. I really had a blast. I've also had a lot of other cool stuff. Like I got to do a 9-spot moth coyote hybrid. That was a lot of fun.
Getting plenty of compliments coming in. Viv is asking, when will your guys' beanies come back in your shop? I'd love to get one.
Which beanies? Oh, yo!
Yeah, you're hearing the cats, yeah?
Thank you for the roses! The cats work! Hell yeah! If you send a gift, we have sound alerts now, so we don't miss them. I'm so excited. What hat are you speaking about? We should have all of our beanies in stock. Ooh, except our possum beanie. We did sell out of our possum beanie.
You should get more of those.
Yeah, I'm debating if I want to like slightly redesign them and get more of them, or if I should just reorder the existing ones, because it's like a banger's a banger. I gotta bounce. Got music assignments to get on top of. Good luck on the stream and have a good day. Thank you so much.
We do not make any sonas of like any other properties or IPs or anything like that for the individual asking for the Bill Cipher sona. But that would be super cool to see.
Yeah, I just got to be, some makers will do it, a lot of makers will do it. I just have to be extra careful with IP infringement because I used to work for Disney and I signed a lot of paperwork and they know who I am on the internet. And so I particularly worked for their costume department. So I cannot make copyrighted characters in any way, shape, or form. I will only make characters that you yourself have the IP rights to. Did you see the Miku cosplay contest? I did. The Furry Miku won it. Dude, what the dog do? Thank you for the corgi. That's, oh God, I'm going to butcher this name. It's non-aya. Thank you. That is the one that we have a special alert for, is the corgi one. And it'll go, what the dog doing? It's very cute.
Viv is looking for a Team Ma beanie.
Team Ma? Oh my God. Yo, what the dog doing? Thank you, Saber. Thank you. Gosh. I have, that's a good question. The tricky thing about the Ma and Pa beanies is the design, the embroidery design was too complex to get like embroidered directly on the beanie itself. And so what we do for those is I had separate patches made and I have to manually sew them onto the beanies. And I'm not sure I have any more blank beanies. I will have to noodle on that because I don't know if I wanted to fully go back in and like reorder blank beanies to do that, but maybe I should. I'm going to noodle on that for you. I'm also going to check to see if we have any more blank beanies. And if we do, I will list what we have. Yo! Thank you, Dr. Delirious.
And the cat noises begin.
Thank you so much. Thank you for the gummy bear. We super appreciate it. Yeah, everything, all the other gifts are hooked up to the cat meow noise. And then the corgi is hooked up to a noise that goes, what the dog doing? It's so fun. We had a special noise for the Galaxy, but Dylan said that we shouldn't do it because we might get banned on TikTok. Which makes it sound really bad. It wasn't bad. TikTok is just awful, weird with what they ban. And so we have to be super careful about what we say. It was nothing bad. It was really funny.
TikTok's just weird.
We don't want to risk it for the biscuit. Yo, Anti-Furry, welcome back to the party. My partner is a truck driver, and he is looking at getting a full partial. Do you guys do pickups? Most generally we do not. Yo, Dr. Delirious, thank you for the corgi. We super appreciate it. Most generally we do not do pickups because PayPal has a weird thing where I have to like input a tracking number for online sales that I do. And if I don't input a tracking number, especially for like the size of the purchase that premades would be, that goes, actually, we're pausing your funds until you can prove that you gave this person the thing because we don't believe you. And so I don't want to risk it with PayPal. So we do generally have to ship. The only way to subvert that was if he were to pay in full in person, because we do have a card processing system that we normally use for cons. And so if we did want to do a pickup, it would have to be paid in full upon pickup. I could pay in cash, LOL.
Sick.
I mean, yeah, I guess that worked. That's like a lot of cash, but yeah, we could make that happen. But yeah, that's the only like tricky part about like picking them up in person is PayPal demands a tracking number, and if you came to my office and got it, I don't have one of those. How much is one? That is a great question. So our heads... Oh, my mouth is dry. I'm so sorry.
It happens.
Blah, 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 blah. Our heads start at 5,000 USD and go up with the complexity of the character. And then our full digi suits start at 10,000 USD and go up with the complexity of the character. But we have different items in between those prices. And so I would definitely recommend hopping over to our website to kind of see a more complex breakdown of our prices. It's going to be spiltgrapesoda.com. We also have a price calculator on there that's going to help you like input the details of your characters and get like a rough estimate for the price. But yeah, definitely give that a peek if you are noodling on an animal costume and wondering how much it would cost. That is expensive. No, I agree with you. I probably could not afford, you know what? I could not afford my own costumes. They definitely take an exorbitant amount of time. And in order to keep my business afloat, I need to charge for said time. I totally understand it's expensive. It is a bummer. But on the bright side, we offer a lot of like online tutorials to help you make one yourself. We also have all of the stuff. I say all of the stuff, but like don't mean all of the stuff. I've got a lot of the stuff that we use for making our heads. If you like our style, you can get all of that stuff on our online shops. If you like our base shapes, if you like our eye blanks, if you like our eye mesh, you can get all of that online. You can learn from us through our classes that we teach. We have patterns. It's all the same patterns that we use to build our costumes. So there is so much information that we have out in the world. But alas, if you want us to make your costume for you, you will have to pay the big bucks. Sometimes it be that way.
Hey, the Menace here. Have you guys made a snow leopard suit before? I'm only curious because I'm worried about the patterns.
We're in the process of making a snow leopard suit right now.
Patterning can be a bit difficult with all the spots and rosettes and all that stuff, but as long as you have patience, take your time, anything can be done.
Yeah, I think that's like the primary thing with something like that that's like a lot of spots is you just need to be patient. Sewing a spot isn't like insanely difficult. It's just insanely time consuming. And so long as you're willing to be patient with yourself and take your time, you'll do fine. How did you do the ears so big and fluffy? It's a mixture of how we patterned them and how we furred them. They're not completely done yet. I still need to go through and finish blending and trimming the fur. I did a little bit of blending on the ear closest to me, and this one actually hasn't been trimmed and blended at all, which is why it looks a little fluffier and a little bit disheveled. But yeah, no, I go in with a pair of scissors and I blend the fur out to make it look a little more accurate to like a real animal. But yeah. Is there places a lot more cheaper? Yeah, there is absolutely so many makers that are cheaper than us. We are actually tend to be on the higher end of the price spectrum. Yo!
Thank you.
Thank you so much for the rose. We appreciate you. I would definitely check out the Dealer's Den. You can get pre-owned suits on the Dealer's Den for a discount. You can also get newer makers like pre-mades that are new that they use the Dealer's Den to help advertise their work. There are so many cheaper options out there. We're certainly not like the highest price suits out there, but we're absolutely not the lowest. I would say we're probably in the top 10% of pricing probably feels accurate to me.
We're a little higher up there. But we'll make you a good suit.
Yeah.
You want a good animal costume.
We make pretty good animal costume.
Yeah. Jaden does art, just joined on YouTube. Hello. Earlier, someone had a question. There it is. If a suit had complicated / abnormal eye shape, like multiple pupils or lots of color splashed over it, would it be harder to see out of? You're still going to want to make sure, like, regardless how many pupils or what the eye shape's going to be or anything, that the two that you're looking out of, where your eyeballs are, you want to give yourself proper vision, but there are absolutely ways to kind of hide it and work around it with different mesh and blanks and whole bunch of fun stuff.
Yeah, there's definitely, so long as you have eyes that are more centrally placed, you'll be fine. But really, your ability to see out of it depends on the placement of the eyes, the size of the eyes, and the type of mesh that you're using in particular.
I'm gonna throw this comment on the screen. I like this energy. I don't know if we've met before. I don't remember your name, but they say, "Hello, party people. It's me, your favorite little white circle guy with the blue cross in the middle, Animatic." And his picture is a little dude with the blue cross. And
I love that for you.
Rad.
Welcome to the
Welcome,
party.
Animatic. Yeah,
I love
great
your energy. I love your sick vibes. Happy to have you, my friend. Beautiful. I really like this TikTok Tickfinity thing we have set up for the alerts.
Mm-hmm.
It's instantaneous.
Good.
I get the sound alert as soon as they're popping up on the stream. I was worried it would be like delayed and I would still end up missing it, but that is really nice. What's the tape on the face? So yeah, that's a really great question. We have to tape every single part of this suit. We taped up the ears when we were making the pattern for the fur. We're going to tape up the face. We taped the inside of the head. And we're also going to end up taping the neck. And what that does is it helps you create a three-dimensional pattern for your costume, because there's a lot of weird shapes and curvature with fursuit heads and every aspect of fursuits in general. And putting on duct tape to create a pattern helps make sure that you are, Joe!
Thank
you so much for the corgi. We super appreciate it.
I ain't got to see it. I already know what you sent us.
Yeah, that's so cool. But yeah, doing this helps you create a three-dimensional pattern, which helps you identify and do all your curves correctly.
Get some nice 3D blank scraping noises back here.
ASMR.
Ooh.
I'm really hoping that once we get these new printers like dialed the fuck in, our amount of scraping that we have to do goes down.
Me too.
I mean, with that recent print that I pulled off, it was looking pretty damn good. But the key we're going to have to see is when we have this full set finished printing of how that turns out, because printing one eye blank is very different than printing like a full set of eye blanks. And so we'll have to see. We'll have to see. I've got a good feeling. I adjusted some settings that I really, really liked. And so the test print came out good, but we'll have to see how everything comes together. I just got a printer. Do you have any tips? That's a very, very broad question. There's a lot of different things that go into making sure your 3D printer is printing very, very well. What kind of stuff would you like to print, and what kind of printer did you get? Are you open for commissions? We are not currently open for commissions, and we probably won't be for a little while. We're actually going to take a bit of a breaky break when we finish this current set of commissions, because I would really like to pivot into working on some fun, educational content and put more of my energy towards that. So I think we're going to pivot into really focusing in on creating educational content and working conventions and prepping for conventions and stuff. So that's kind of going to be a pivot, but I'm not super sure when we'll open for commissions next. I feel really bad because I do get this question a lot, and I feel like I'm letting people down. But we're definitely going to have pre-mades come available more often in our commission break, so if that's something you're interested in, definitely take a look and keep your eye peeled for that. What foam do you use? I want to make one and have some materials, but not foam. So I will say, I will preface this with, I do not recommend that if you are making personal suits or just kind of starting off, that you use our foam. The foam that we use is an expanding foam. So essentially we're mixing two parts of chemicals together and then putting them into a mold, and the foam is puffing up to fill the mold. Really, really great if you are making a shit ton of head bases, like you're selling them or making a lot of commissions on the same head bases, or on the same shapes, but from a small maker perspective or a making personal suits for you and your friends perspective, getting into casting is not only incredibly time consuming, but it is ungodly expensive. And so I really wouldn't recommend it for first-time makers. I think carving your own base is a really, really good place to start. If you want to just figure it out and freeform it, you can totally do that. But also on Etsy, I think my best recommendation would be getting a pattern from Fursuits. I really like their stuff. They're very talented. Real innovator, I think, in the community. They spearheaded a lot of stuff. Other than that, if you do like the casted base concept, because that's why I use casted bases exclusively for my work now, I like it far more than using hand-carved bases, is it is guaranteed symmetry every single time, so I don't have to worry about slight asymmetries due to hand carving. And I also like the density of this foam. And it's tend to be like a little bit lighter, I've found, than hand-carved bases because the hot glue that has to be used. But it's really personal preference. So if you do want to use these type of bases, you can definitely purchase them online. They're on Etsy. We have a bunch of ours online, but there's also a bunch of other makers that also share theirs. Wait, please tell me where you got the shirt. I need it. I don't think it's available anymore. I got this at Hot Topic ages ago.
Do you guys use magnets or Velcro for fursuit eyelids?
We use Velcro. I found there's pros and cons to each one. I prefer to use Velcro because I like a more flush look for my eyelids. I also like the Velcro because I find that they're more like easy to adjust and like place them where you want to place them for different feelings and emotions and stuff. But I will say magnetic eyelids tend to be a bit more secure than Velcro eyelids, but because you have to put the magnets not only around the eye itself, but also in the eyelid, and they have to be a decent bit strong because of the fact that they need to like go through fabric to like reach and stick to each other. Magnetic eyelids tend to be bulkier, and personally, I don't like how bulky they look. It's just not my thing. But I will say the advantage of magnets is that it is a stronger connection. But I just prefer Velcro because I think it looks better. But whatever floats your boat and calls you captain.
All right, everyone. The pinned comment is our Discord link.
Hell yeah.
If you are watching on YouTube or Twitch and can see that pinned comment, make sure you come join, come hang out. If you're on TikTok, what are you doing? Come over, come hang out.
Yeah, if you are on our TikTok right now, I highly, highly recommend checking out our YouTube or our YouTube or our Twitch. We are Spilt Grape Soda, all one word, on both of those platforms. You get a better view of the office because it's a horizontal screen. You just get to see more. I feel like the lighting is weirdly better over there for some reason. But yeah, highly, highly recommend popping over and checking out our YouTube and Twitch streams. And Dylan can like text you in the chat there. And then also Dylan is way better at seeing messages in chat than I am. I'm really bad at it. And he is the one babysitting that stream or those streams.
If we got, thank you for the
Marcus,
gifts.
Thank you for the gifts.
You.
Oh no.
And here it begins.
Hello,
the endless
roses.
Amounts of cat noises. Yeah, I can. Also, I really like this program with Restream right now. I can bring people's comments up on the screen. We can.
Marcus, thank you for the hearts. I super appreciate
it. So yeah, absolutely. Come hang out on Twitch and YouTube over here. Astro the Artist says, I made my friend a possum tail. Thank you for being my inspiration.
Hell yeah.
Absolutely.
That's so sick. What would you do if you had a fursuit with multiple eyes? It seems like a neat concept. We actually did a fursuit with 3 eyes. Oh gosh, was it 2 years ago now that we did Alien Kitty? Does it feel like it was like a year ago?
I don't.
Oh yeah, a little over a year ago. Yo, Artist, thank you for the heart puffs. We appreciate you. A little over a year ago, we did a Alien Kitty suit, and that one had a central third eye in the middle of their forehead. That's going to be That's going to be a lot.
I wonder who brought that up. I wonder who could have said that maybe 41 minutes ago in our 39-minute stream. Uh-huh.
Oops.
I said, and I quote, every gift, and they went, it's the option I got. And I said, okay.
Listen, it's the free version, and I had the opportunity to do every gift. I make a sound, or I had the option to go like 5 individual different types of gifts, and I'm like, man, I don't want to like miss someone's gift, because that's been like the toughest thing. That's like that's why we went and looked into this.
If you're wondering why TikTok streamers don't set alerts, you got it.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Maybe we should just pony up and do the paid version so we can set individual notifications for gifts. Because right now, I have
guys,
a
this is a learning
sound
experience. Keep
for
it up.
individual
Keep it rolling.
gifts.
TikTok, don't stop. Can't stop, won't stop.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Yes.
Uh-huh.
That's the point.
Uh-huh. The rest of the office building probably can too.
Yay. It's going to go for a little bit. Thank
Yup.
you for the gifts. I really appreciate it. I'm happy I funded this, says our Audra. Thank you. It's just proving Dylan's point.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I'm loving it. Good job, TikTok. Coming in clutch for me.
You were right and I was wrong. I'm singing the Stand Wrong song. I shouldn't have taken the chance. Now here's my regretful dance. What are your bases made out of? It's expanding foam. The cat sound is the gifts. Still coming in.
Yeah. It's a lot of gifts coming through. And remember, guys, if you don't want it to stop, before these cat noises are done, you can send more gifts to keep it going. We're at 41 minutes. It's going to be a 2-hour stream today, so we could have another hour and 15 of cat noises, guys.
Hang on. Let me adjust a little bit of settings on here. Let me adjust this. Hang on.
Can you turn the volume down?
I'm just afraid it won't pick up. There we go. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to change this. Oh, that's not what I want.
YouTube. Just keep meowing. Yeah.
Okay, there we go. I've changed it just a little bit so you can still do the spam with the cats, but I maxed the Q length out. Ooh, I'm planning on crocheting your foot paw pattern.
That's cool.
Crochet. That's so metal. I didn't even know you could do that. I don't know how crocheting works. That's so cool. I didn't know you could do that. That's awesome. Please show us when you're done. How long does something like that take? I don't know how long it takes to crochet stuff. That's so cool. Thank you, Sky. Thank you. Thank you for the roses. We super appreciate you.
Yeah.
Perhaps we will get the paid version for next time, and we'll set up more specific noises.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But you know what? It's a fun time for today's stream.
It's a bit for today.
Rip headphone users.
I don't know, how loud is that for you guys?
Loud enough for me to get 7 meows in a row on YouTube, so they're hearing it.
Perfect.
Have you ever done a bat suit? I have a bat sona, so I'm just wondering.
I've never done a straight up bat. Hang on. It's working for the intended purpose. I'm definitely aware of when we receive gifts, and I will not miss them now.
Yeah, dude.
Thank you.
I'm seeing it.
You have to tell me how to pronounce your name. It's Non-Aya? Is that how you pronounce that? Please help me. I want to thank you, but I want to say your name right. And Sky, Non-Aya and Sky, thank you so much for the gifts. I've never done a bat suit, like just a bat before, but I've done a bat dog. But a bat is definitely one of the things at the top of my list that I would really like to make. Maybe this was a mistake.
I don't know who could have thought that. I don't
I'm
know.
sorry.
I don't know if somebody could have even thought that this would be a problem.
I just wanted to be considerate. I kept missing people's gifts, and I felt so bad.
I can go onto TikTok and spend $1.19 on what will that get you, right? It's like 150 coins, and there are 1 coin gifts. I don't know who could have seen this coming.
You did. You saw it coming.
Sylvia says, this is going to haunt my dreams. YouTube's meowing again. And then we also have a genuine question. I'm trying to make a lion's mane for my fursuit and was wondering if you have any idea on how to do that. I've seen other makers make double-sided fur, if that makes sense, but I'm kind of confused on the process.
Doing the double-sided fur thing is actually super fucking easy. And all you have to do is get the shapes of the hair tuft pieces that you want, and then on the opposite side of the fur pile, the backing side, take a wire slicker brush and like pull the fur through the backing. Sky is at 700 roses right now.
Sky, thank you so much.
All you have to do is take a wire slicker brush and brush through the backing of the fur. Can
we get W Sky in the chat, please, everyone?
In the chat.
Sky.
Thank you.
Let's go. Big poggers energy.
And then the other ways to do a lion mane I've seen is a foam core underneath. I've also really liked the look of longer furs being used. But definitely, I think you're on the right track with the like double-sided fur and doing like a more individual, like piecey mane, if you will. If you can find a fur that matches, if you can find a fur color that matches like in luxury shag that also has a longer pile counterpart, you may find success from doing like a slight foam layer shaping underneath, at least maybe here in the front of the face, on the back sides, and like here, you know, like around here to get that shape. It's over 1,000 roses right now.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
So I would do a shape around the face and around like the chin and stuff, and then also build it up on top of the head a little bit with foam, and then mess around with different pile links as well as some of those flippy pieces. But yeah, that's
Dude,
my recommendation.
This VOD is going to be crazy on YouTube.
Yeah.
For all of our viewers that like to watch the streams after we've already streamed, enjoy.
They're missing out.
Have fun.
They're missing out on this live experience of annoying cat meow forever.
And bro, we've only been doing this for 6 minutes. we got some time.
Only 6 minutes?
Uh-huh.
I swear we just passed through 30.
No, not 30. Far
The roses
from 30.
are still going up. Non-Aya is sending 285 right now, and then Sky is at 1,300. Thanks. Nunya. I was pronouncing it wrong. Thank you. I finally saw your comment. Like Nunya business. Got it. Thank you. Do you guys like using teddy fur for the faces / shorter parts of the head? I like teddy fur in general, but definitely when it comes to facial pieces, I find that the teddy fur is way easier to like shave down in a way that looks really, really good. So definitely I like teddy. I think it's great.
I don't know. Maple Dash is asking, what's that sound in the background? Are you hearing anything?
I made a mistake.
I don't know what that is.
I made a mistake. I set up a program that makes a sound every single time that that TikTok sends a gift, and
Very
someone
unexpected
is at about
results happened.
1,600 roses sent our way. So it's meowing at us.
And it will forever.
Yeah.
Now, in theory, could I just turn it off? Yes, but at this point, we have people sending over 1,600 roses with the intention of playing the cat sound 1,600 times. So I feel like we got to give the people what they want, you know?
I think I gotta turn it down. I think my brain's gonna explode. I gotta turn it down a little bit. Ah. Is that acceptable?
I don't know. This is your call, bro. This is your machine, brother. You knock yourself out.
I made a mistake.
My exact phrase was, before the stream started, they said, "Oh, we can get the Tickfindy thing open." And I said, "I'm not doing that. I don't know what that is. I didn't set it up."
That's so funny.
Good times.
It's crazy. That's crazy.
Yup.
Did you make the ears? No, I did not make the ears. The ears are made by Anthro Aesthetics. They're so good. So good. We're at over 2,000 roses. They have 3,000 coins.
I just got a text from somebody that says, "The meowing." And I said, who could have seen this coming?
I made a mistake. I've never had someone send that many roses before. And so I was like, we're just going to get a ping every once in a while.
They won't
I'll be able to
until
thank
they know
people.
they can do this.
I thought I was going to be like, hell yeah, I'll just have a little ping here and there to make sure I don't miss people's gifts and I can say thank you. I was wrong. I was incorrect. I thought I had that, man. What type of animal are you making? This is the client said it was a Mexican street dog. It's super cute. It's gonna have, it's got little game controllers in its eyeballs, and then on its tail, it's also gonna have a game controller. It's gonna be super cute. If it makes you feel better, I'm gonna be commissioning the full partial from you. Hell yeah, I can't wait. I'm looking forward to it, my friend.
All right, guys, we'll run a poll soon on if the meowing should continue or stop. If y'all want it, it stays.
Gamer dog! Yes, I'm so excited. We finished his hand paws, and his tail is, like, not done yet, but we're still kind of just messing around with, like, the game controller part of it, but we're working on it. We're working on it. We'll get this dialed in.
You know what? I think. What do you think? What are you feeling?
I think it should end soon. They said they had 3K coins. We're almost at 3. I think it should end soon.
We're almost at 3,000 meows?
Yes, we're almost at 3. We're at 27.
Soon. 600 coins to go. Okay. If we're getting one
we're
at
getting
like
close.
Rate of every half a second, I'm gonna give you guys like 3-4 minutes and then I'm turning this off. Warning, do not keep donating for cat noises if you want to hear it past 3 to 4 more minutes. So that poll's sounding really nice right now. Yup. All good though. See, we're upgrading things. We're making changes, guys.
We're doing
trying
our
to
best.
improve the experience for us.
And clearly we may have not improved said experience.
Oh, skipping. Damn, that sucks. It's done, guys. Would you look at that? No more. I'm done. I'm done.
Oh my god. Oh, we gave it a try.
Thank you, everyone.
And another noise on top of that.
Beautiful.
Yeah, now it will get picked
Beautiful.
up through the mic. Yeah.
There we go. What I can do is here. I'll change some stuff so that way we can still do sound alerts for gifts, but we can change what gifts specifically they're for. Hang on. I'll make it work, I promise.
Valid crash out. Thanks, fam. But hey,
And I'll turn on
we
the
were all here
Galaxy one,
together
but I
for
just
it.
gotta like change the
the
sound.
noise.
Yeah.
Cacophony's a really cool app. It has some options though that are a little strange.
Here, I want to find the cowboy hat one because I think that's really funny.
It's not for the cat noises. It's donated because she loves you guys. It's Nunya, by the way. The cat noises just happen to be a bonus. Well, thank you so much. We really appreciate you.
We do appreciate you. Where is the cowboy hat?
They joined YouTube and said 30 well spent on my part.
That's so fucking funny.
Thank you so much.
We do really appreciate it. We do. I want to find. Did we dump the cowboy hat emoji? Is the cowboy hat emoji just not there anymore?
Yeah, a lot of the gifts will cycle in and out a lot of the time.
The cowboy hat's been there for so long. Oh no, I found it. It's called hat and mustache. It's not cowboy. I'm gonna set the cowboy hat to the loud metal pipe clang.
That is so loud.
That's so weird.
I'm gonna turn that down just a little bit, but that is pretty fucking funny.
Yeah. This stream is gonna go from like a chill, relaxed vibe to like
Harassment.
endless meowing and metal pipes banging and screaming and like.
Okay. We have a sound alert for hand hearts, a sound alert for corgi, a sound alert for galaxy, a sound alert for the hat and mustache, and then a sound alert for subscribe. I think that's
feel
good.
like we take 3 of those out.
We're leaving them in.
Okay.
I'm gonna learn the consequences of my actions. Here we go.
Who could have seen this coming?
We got it. There we go. I fixed it.
Fixed it, guys.
I fixed it.
That's fixed.
We gotta limit the
word.
amount of sound effects that can come in.
Holy. Dude, you guys are... No, this is not better. No, I just told you. How many times do I have to warn you, old man? Holy. Are you new to the internet, bud? What's going on? What's happening? What's going on here, guys?
It's too loud.
Uh-huh. We used to make fursuits here. We used to do that. Now we just make noises.
Someone said ASMR stream.
I'm having...
I'm crying. I'm actually crying. Oh. No. Oh my god. That's so fucking funny. Dude. But hey, on the bright side, this money will buy donuts. And that's what's important. Yo! The boom with the galaxy sky. Thank you.
Thank you for the
Mwah.
galaxy.
I feel like I can turn the boom up. I feel like that was quiet.
Sarah,
I'm turning
let's
the boom
stop
up.
messing with the noises for like 2
I'm
seconds,
turning
please.
the boom up. I'm turning it up.
Oh
How's
my
this sound?
god.
Yeah. I feel like that's...
I know what I thought was missing from the
There we go.
educational lo-fi stream.
Perfect.
Vine booms and metal pipes cling.
It's exactly what I
Someone's gonna
wanted.
be like, I asked a question at what, like the hour 30 mark, like hour 20 into it. They're gonna go to our VOD and she'll be like constantly like, oh no.
This is gonna be so great for our viewers later. Watch the VOD. This is gonna be awesome for them. That's so funny. That's so funny. Thank you guys for the gifts. That's really great. We really do appreciate you. Great is the word. Hey, this was a memorable stream, if nothing else. Sky says we almost wrecked the semi from laughing. Don't wreck the semi. Pay attention to the road.
Dude. That was great. That was wonderful. Thank you all so much for all the gifts. Your continued support truly is what allows us to do what we do. Just jump scare all of our headphone users.
Oh my god, that's so fucking funny. That's awesome. Honestly, I think it's funny enough that we can hook up some more alerts to more popular gifts. I think we get the paid version and we hook up more alerts to popular funny gifts.
You would pay for that experience?
Yeah. It's funny. It makes me laugh. Because right now we can only get 5. We can only get 5.
That's so much more than enough. What sound, what cacophony of noises do you want to just be blasting through the speaker at all times? You want 30 different noises going off? Like, what are you, dude?
I'm a monster.
Maple Dash. They had that idea. I had to say no before we started stream.
What'd you say no to?
Maple Dash said, "Fart sounds, please." I said, "No."
They shut me down on the fart sounds.
That is not cute. That's not demure.
There's some really good built-in fart sounds in that program. Dylan just hates joy, I think. Hater of joy and whimsy.
Someone has to try to keep this office semi in check, you know? If not, our neighbors would just hear metal pipes banging and cats screaming for 2 hours. Do you imagine you're going to get some therapy? And then she's like, that'd be awesome.
Bong! Pipe
That's
clang.
so good.
That's so funny.
Your headphones just start exploding. That's so great.
I'm so sad that we can't use the initial sound that I found for the galaxy. That makes me so mad.
That's a bannable word.
I hate that it's a bannable word because it's totally not. That makes no sense. It's funny. I should be allowed to play it.
Your Honor, it was funny.
Your Honor, it was funny. It was funny.
Pretty funny.
Swifty, thank you for the gifts. The OMG, we super appreciate it. We do. For those of you wondering, can I spell it? I think I could spell it.
I can type it to YouTube and Twitch chat for sure.
Yeah, if you want to know the funny sound for the galaxy that we can't put because of dumb TikTok rules, go over to YouTube and Twitch, and he will tell you what it is. Let them know that it echoes because it's so much funnier that it echoes.
A very echo.
Yeah, the corgis have a sound alert. Hand hearts have a sound alert. The hat and mustache, the cowboy hat and the mustache have a sound alert. and then galaxies do, and then subscribers do. I wanted to keep that one, even though we don't get a whole lot of subscribers. I do want to make sure I notice when people subscribe, because that is a big deal, and so I do have a sound alert for that.
Well, everyone, can any of our wonderful clip-making individuals want to get going on that? I think you got something. I think you got something there. Yeah.
I feel like a YouTuber when I said, "Chat, clip that, chat,
Clip it, chat.
clip it."
I'm pogging off my gourd right now. Clip it, chat.
What? You said you're pogging off your gourd?
Yes, sir.
I love that for you.
Clip it.
Clip it. Do subs get something special? Yes, we do have a sound alert for subs. As far as like sub rewards, you get a little icon in chat. But like beyond that, I always try to like respond when I see like sub chats pop up. But beyond that, we don't have any specific like sub rewards other than you just get access to like some little like emotes in the chat, and you get a little badge next to your name. But it's just like a friendly little support thing.
That's wonderful. Hello, Michaela. Welcome to the stream. Have you ever made a pride suit other than the pride pup that we saw last?
Yes. So I always say that I want to make one every single year, and then I don't do that because I'm bad at estimating how long things will take, and time always gets away from me. It's tough because I think a lot of people think that all we do is make fursuits in this office, when that's like not true. I would say, me personally, about 50% of my job is like the actual physical process. Yo, there we go. We got the subscriber. Thank you. You get the anime wow sound. Mwah, mwah. Thank you, Arda. We appreciate you so much. What was the tangent that I was on? Oh yeah, no, I would say probably about like the actual process of making fursuits is really only like 50% of at least my job. Everyone else kind of has a different distribution of stuff. But more so, it's like we do a lot of like online Etsy orders. I spent a lot of time fixing and adjusting like 3D printers. That's what I've been doing for the past 3 days. Is I've just been running tests and like working on a new 3D printer we just got in. I also like do a lot of like pattern design, and taxes and organizing business stuff online takes a lot of time. For the last couple of days, Dylan and Darby have been working on like a barcoding system, right? So it's like, it definitely, time gets away from me. We try to do a Pride pre-made every year. We've done a few of them. We did the Pride Pup. We did I think the one before that was our transgen deer, and that was super, super cute. And then before that, I think the first one I ever made was a Pride red panda, and it was like pastel rainbow and like super fun.
Is that
true? The hype train started. The hype train over on Twitch, I think, started.
Restream's just being wonderful about all of our Twitch stuff.
As always. Dara.
Oh, wow.
Dara. Did I say that right?
That was the same person that spammed us with all the cat noises and everything.
Thank you.
They are being so generous and
super
kind.
appreciate
Thank
it.
You
we are
so much.
In the process of getting better alerts and stuff set up for not only TikTok, we're in the early processes of that, clearly, but also Twitch and YouTube. But the roadblock that we bumped into is that Mac is ass. When it comes to streaming in particular. Mac is really, really good for like literally every other aspect of our business. But when it comes to streaming, a lot of streaming services just do not like to kiss with Mac. So like TikTok Studio was one that we really wanted to use, only works on Windows. We wanted to connect our Restream, because we use Restream and Streamlabs to do multi-stream. That's what we're on right now. And so we wanted to like hook up our Restream and particularly our Streamlabs this morning to OBS So that way we could have more visual alerts pop up on the screen specific to TikTok. And that's just not working because the plugin isn't available for Mac. And so we're working on it. We're backburnering it. We're checking out like streaming PC, Windows PCs that we can deal with. But
although, did you guys see our fancy new border today?
Yeah, we do have a pretty
looking
border on
fresh.
YouTube and Twitch. Any advice on working on 3D printed bases with a moving jaw as a beginner? When you're patterning it, you definitely want to prop the mouth open, because if you pattern it with the mouth closed, you won't have any extra movement to open and close the jaw. Beyond that, when you are going through the process of gluing your fabric to your base, definitely score it beforehand. Scoring is just like scratching up the surface. It'll help the glue adhere better. Gosh, beyond that, I'm not a huge fan of 3D printed bases myself. I prefer to use foam, but those are I've worked on solid bases a couple of times, and I think those are the most helpful things that I can think of. How do you feel about doing a jackalope? The first commission I ever took many years ago was a jackalope. Hey, I want black and white patterning in my future suit. How hard is it to do small dots in fur? I would say it depends on the size of the dot. You get like a dime, smaller than a dime, you're gonna have a hell of a time sewing that in, because fur is a knit backing fabric, and when you cut it like really small, you tend to have some unraveling that happens with the backing because it's just not meant to be that little. But I would definitely work into doing looking into like needle felting. Did our screen quality just randomly go to shit?
It's looking fine over here.
It just lagged on the computer for a second.
Do we notice super chats on YouTube? In theory, I've never had a problem with the super chats popping up on this program. It should work.
Yeah, I think we've always caught our super chats.
Oh, the person that gifted the subs and sent all the TikTok stuff, Lysynthus, said, "That's me, the jackalope. I mean."
Oh, sick.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I love jackalopes. I think they're so funky and fun.
Someone in chat is having questions about their mom not being quite a fan of furries in general, but they feel like they have like a bad reputation to their mom or something that's kind of being unfair. Would you have any advice on how a parent that's like, no, you're not doing, like, it's kind of a tough situation. I mean, you should definitely still try to listen to your parents and stuff and all that, but I think really a great way to explain it would be show them like people that are making suits, show what people in suits do, like show a lot of like the really fun, more like chilled out versions of furry and be like, this is what I like about it.
Yeah, I think another great thing to maybe introduce your mom to is like Anthro Northwest is a convention in Seattle. A little treasure box just appeared on our screen. I don't know what that means. A little treasure box on
Let's
Twitch.
figure it out.
Hell yeah.
We got a hype chest, guys.
That's so exciting.
Ooh.
Wow.
Oh,
we got a little emote.
A cat that's serving, apparently.
That's so
it
cute.
Says.
No, I think I would definitely recommend showing your mom Anthro Northwest. It's a convention in Seattle that is like super duper strict on the like child friendly aspects. It is very strictly PG. Definitely a good one to show your mom if you're like, look, it's like there is stuff that is appropriate to engage in with furry that's appropriate for my age. Beyond that, though, I think it's really tricky because it super depends on like how old you are. I think we just got a super chat. No, first time chat. That's so cool. It super depends on how old you are, because the conversation, if you're like 13 or like younger, is going to be very different than the conversation that you can have when you're like 16 or 17, right? Yeah, no, that's just it's a tough thing, because at the end of the day, if your mom is not like super open to like listening, there's probably not much that can be said. I think it's important to note that there is adult aspects to literally any online community, and if you seek them out, you will find them. But there are so many young people involved in furry, and even like the adults that are involved in furry, it definitely doesn't have to be like adults engaging with adult content. It can just be people enjoying costuming and enjoying art and enjoying creatures, right? So yeah, there's definitely a lot of different aspects of this, but it's definitely tough if you're young, because if your parent is just not open to listening, then there's not a lot that you can do to get them to listen, unfortunately. Can you make finger escape hand paws? I haven't made them before, but like it's not a difficult thing to do. It's definitely something I could do, but I just have not before.
Speaking of Anthron Northwest, we have Collective Grove in chat saying, I met you guys at ANW 25. I just purchased my Janome Memorycraft 6650. Thank you guys for recommending it. I love my new baby.
That's so hype. I'm so glad that you found a machine. I hope that you love it. I hope it's working well for you. I have had my Janome Memorycraft 6650 for, gosh, probably 4 years. And so long as you take care of it and you like get it maintenance on a regular basis, it'll do you well for a really long time. Where did you find the thing your head is on? LOL, can't say it here. This mannequin is a Monster Maker mannequin. I will say, this one I had to get secondhand. That's why it's been airbrushed and stuff. I got it from actually the person who made our ears is who I got this one from, because the company doesn't produce these foam ones anymore, which are my favorite because I like the ability to put pins in them. They only produce the plastic versions now, but definitely like shape-wise, this mannequin from Monster Makers is my favorite mannequin. I like the length of the neck. I like the length of like the bust. It gives me plenty of space to pattern. Beyond that, you can also get the foam ones that are a different shape and not my favorite shape. I wish the neck is a little shorter on these. It has a little less length in the bust portion, but you can get some on Dream Vision Creations website. But yeah, these are Monster Maker. I still have and I use the plastic ones, but I definitely prefer the foam ones. I got to still get under here. Wah! There we go. I started my first fursuit a couple days ago. That's so hype. That's so exciting. I think there's a lost Amazon man outside of our door. He looks lost to me. Why do you guys think you're animals? So I know you are not asking this question in good faith, but I'm going to answer as if that you were. So on bottom baseline, humans are technically animals. That is how that works. But I know that wasn't your intention. So furries do not believe that they're animals. It's just, think of it like cosplay, like dress up. Think of it like James from accounting goes to Comic-Con over the weekend, and James dresses up like Batman, right? And when James is dressed up as Batman, he's like maybe pretending, or maybe not. Maybe he's still James from accounting in like a Batman costume, or maybe he is like pretending to be Batman and stuff and playing a character. And so he's Batman all weekend, and then he gets home Sunday evening and he goes back to accounting on Monday, and he is still James. James does not actually believe that he is Batman. James just dresses up as Batman, right? It is largely the same thing for furries, but instead of characters from pop culture and media and stuff, furries will often dress up as their own character, which is called a fursona. But yeah, no, that's kind of the rough rundown of furries. Oh, makes sense. Like Halloween. Yes, exactly like Halloween, but like year round. So I'd say probably more similar to like Comic-Con or like anime conventions. It's just cosplay. It's just dressing up for fun.
Is it just me or is this day gone by super fast?
It's zoomed.
Yeah, like it went by so fast.
Zoomed. Yeah.
Not even just the stream, just the whole work.
Yeah, super, super fast day. I made my digisuit myself. You inspired me. I'd love for you guys to maybe check it out sometime. I would love to see it. The best way for me to see it. Thank you for the metal pipe. Thank you for the cowboy hat. The best way to get us to see that suit, because our social media like notifications are a fucking zoo. But I would definitely encourage you to join our Discord. It's going to be discord.gg/spilt grape soda.
There should be a pinned comment on Twitch and YouTube with the link.
Hell yeah. Dylan will pin a comment over on Twitch and YouTube with that information for you. If you join our Discord, you can tag us, you can like add us, and it'll send us a ping, and then we will see it. Because otherwise, I have my notifications turned off for every other app on my phone. Dude, I'm so excited. I get to go to my first line dancing lesson today.
Oh yeah, I forgot you're doing that.
Yeah, I also forgot I was doing that. My mom texted me and she's like, don't forget, today's our first day of line dancing. So Tony's gonna pick me up, and then I'm gonna go, okay, bye, and then I'm gonna leave.
It's so funny that you say that because I did not realize you were doing that. I'm doing queer line dancing tomorrow.
Ah, that's so fun. Yeah, I don't know what kind of line dancing I'm doing. I just thought it might be fun. I remember when I lived in Florida very, very briefly, when I worked for Disney's costuming department, line dancing is like pre-programmed into people from the South.
Yes.
And a lot of people who were at Disney were from the South and surrounding states, and stuff. And so you would go to these like nightclubs, and they were like line dancing nightclubs. And then a song would come on, and then it was like Sleeper Agent. It was, you awoke, and then everyone danced. It was so cool. It was so cool. And when I found out there were line dancing lessons here at home, I was like, what the heck? We should take some line dancing lessons. So I'm doing that with my mom and my little sister.
Hello, Pon Pon.
Rodeos.
Yeah, that's so cool. You all inspired us to start our own fursuit making business. Your work is incredible. Oh, that's so sweet. Thank you. I'm always happy to have inspired someone to get creative and do something that they love. I think that is so important in life, and I'm glad that I could be a force for good in your world. I think that's pretty darn special.
You guys only got about 4 minutes.
That's crazy. That's insane now. Stream mobbed by today. That was unusual. How do you make the base? Is it a solid piece? That is a very good question. So yes, it is a full solid piece. These head bases are cast in like molds. So we 3D print molds, and then we mix up 2 chemicals, and we dump them in, and then the foam does a little chemical reaction. It goes and puffs up. It's really cool. But yeah, that is how that works. So Dylan does a lot of the head base casting. Whoa, so talented, so cool. And we actually work with Seri Studios, that's SERE Studios. And we work with them to do our 3D modeling work, because while I can do like some very basic 3D modeling, I don't know if the technical name is like 3D modeling versus like 3D sculpting. I can do like the shapes, right? I can model eye blanks. I can model like piercings and all that shit. I model like different tools to use around the office. But when it comes to like sculpting a very thing, I cannot do that digitally. I am not good at that. And so we power team up with Seri Studios, and they use their knowledge and talent to work in Blender and design up a head base, and we do the printing on our side. Yeah, so that's how that works. What's Dylan making? Dylan is going through the time-consuming process of cleaning up 3D prints right now.
Yeah, and they're...
I joined, but I don't see any chat channels. Yes, so you have to like go through the intake process that it auto puts you through. And then if you go and introduce yourself in the introductions chat, we will manually accept you into the server. We do that to prevent like trolls and stuff from getting in. So if you go in, you introduce yourself, there should be like a little format thing to introduce yourself. And if you read the rules, there should be a link to the introductions chat at the end of the rules. Once you put in the introduction, you'll be approved by one of our mods. Eventually, they're pretty darn quick, and then you guys can get in. Why do you use tape for the base? That's a really good question. So the tape allows us to create a 3-dimensional pattern of our head base. We'll go through and we'll tape over one half of the head base and one half of the neck, because this is a symmetrical base and a symmetrical pattern. And so we go and we'll tape half of it, and then we go in and we'll draw on all of the markings that the suit needs to have. And then once that's done, we go and individually cut out all the markings. We cut darts into them or chop them up to make them nice and flat. And then we transfer those to a cardstock, because cardstock is easier to trace than duct tape. And then we cut it out of the cardstock, and then we'll trace and cut it out of fur.
Technically, that is 4:30. We could go another 5:10 if you want. Yeah, I feel like we're late today.
We can go another 10. You think?
Longer. Yeah.
I feel like that's fair. We'll stay a little later than we normally do.
Hope everyone has been having a good week, though, and had a good weekend. This next one will be a good one.
Yeah, do you have any crazy weekend plans? I hope when I'm a little older and have the money, I can purchase from y'all. Aw, love from VT. Thank you so much. Yeah, we'll be here. We'll be here. You have plenty of time. No rush at all. Do you have any tips for a kimono head base? I have the base, but no idea how to start. Honestly, I am not the arbiter of kimono suits by any stretch of the imagination. I really focus on toonie suits. I would really recommend watching some YouTube videos on it. I'm sure there's really good information out there. We're going to stay for an extra 10 minutes.
Oh, until...
Yeah. Do you ever archive your patterns to potentially use later or just in case? We have multiple filing folders full of old patterns, but what we usually do is we have a lot of our standard patterns, like our feet paw patterns and hand paw patterns and tails and all that jazz. We actually will upload and sell those on like Etsy and our website store and all of that. So if you want our patterns, you can actually get access to them there. I think down the line, I would like to sell like our ear patterns and our cheek fluff patterns and that stuff. It's just not something I have gotten around to yet. And it is very nice that people like our patterns, but more so than anything, I actually really like being able to list them online for sale so I don't lose them. I am notoriously bad at losing files, and having them perma-archived for sale on somewhere like Etsy actually makes sure that I can like re-download them at any time that I need.
Yeah, we'll have a lot of duplicate files sometimes.
Yeah.
But we can always get them. That's what matters.
I'm really happy with my tape job on this. It's coming out very nice. My parents don't want to buy me one, and I don't have enough money for it. Fursuits are very, very expensive. I would definitely recommend saving up your allowance or your birthday money or doing odd jobs around the neighborhood and saving up your money to make one yourself. I think it's a really rewarding journey. I just watched your How to Make Paws YouTube video. Hell yeah, I hope you liked it.
Thank
I hope you learned some cool new stuff. Dylan is our editing wizard there on our YouTube videos. He's so good at it.
Thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed it. shouldn't be too much longer until we get the next video out. Should be a little bit earlier this month for sure.
Yeah, we're pretty close.
Bye, Astro. Thank you for coming and hanging out. I have infiltrated the Discord. They're onto us.
They're in. Oh god, scatter. Taping over this chin piece is always so fucking tricky because it's such a weird curve.
Yeah, and tape and foam is already just like by default kind of a pain to work
Yeah.
with. Thanks for joining, Pon Pon. We got Pon Pon in the Discord now.
Hell yeah.
The real ones are in the Discord.
We worked pretty hard on getting our Discord really, really nice, so we definitely hope people can enjoy it.
Yeah, there's lots of fun stuff to do in there. Thank you guys for doing what you do. I hope to see y'all eventually. Thank you so much, Collective Grove, for hanging out. Yeah, we have been getting able to travel around to a lot more cons lately, so hopefully we can meet all of our lovely viewers from the stream.
They said they made the pause and it came out so good. Thank you for the tutorial. You are so welcome. You're so welcome. I'd like to, on our free time, after we finish these commissions, work on releasing a video with a free pattern attached to it. I think
Sick.
that would be pretty metal.
Yeah, that'd be super cool.
Maybe that's something that we can do for our full tutorial that we do for the full suit, is for each part that we make, we can release a free pattern to go along with it.
Maybe.
We'll see.
We'll have to noodle on that.
We got some serious
idea, though.
noodling going on.
Mm-hmm. I like where your mind is headed, though. I see the vision. I like it.
Yeah, we got some really, really exciting stuff planned that we're kind of back burner working on. We really, really wanted to knock out these commissions, so I've kind of been balls to the walls on these. We're knocking these out, and then we're going to really rotate into some fun new content for you guys. I have goals. I've got a purpose.
Mm-hmm. And we got plenty of content. I mean, you guys saw the stream. Get any good clips in chat today, hopefully.
Clip it! Clip it! I got that just emote stuck in my head from Supervive, dude.
Oh,
Clip
yeah.
it! Clip it!
Clip it!
I think I gotta make this a little.
Are you seeing a new character?
Oh, which one?
They had just announced her like yesterday, like
Shit, no,
Eva or something like that.
The newest one I've seen is the cat girl one. That was really cute. I subbed you and you are so cool. Thank you. I super appreciate it. We love all of our followers over on YouTube. It's our newest platform that we've kind of been putting effort into growing more recently. One of our 2025 goals was increasing passive income revenues for our business. And a really, really great way to do that is through YouTube content and building our YouTube platform, because that platform will pay us for views. So we are working hard to create some free content for y'all.
How did you learn to duct tape pattern? I couldn't get my head around that part.
It's definitely one of those like patience things. I think the real key is finding a duct tape that you like, because there's definite balance to like too good of a duct tape and then like too shitty of a duct tape. And you kind of have to find a happy medium between them. Too good of a duct tape is going to be too sticky and it'll like tear your foam up on your base if you are using foam. And then too shitty of a duct tape could have a myriad of issues. It could tear too easily when you're like working with the pattern. It could not be sticky enough. There's definitely like different issues that could be posed by either one. But yeah, no, it's, what question was I answering? I went on a tangent talking about duct tape.
How to duct tape pattern.
Yeah,
How'd you
and
learn?
I think the other thing, once you find a duct tape that you like, is realizing that the slower you go, the better your pattern will be. I find that using really, really tiny pieces of duct tape helps me really accentuate all of the necessary curves and make sure that my pattern's like nice and sturdy. I don't do just one layer. I go and I cross hatch across the whole thing, so that way I'm not having any issues with my pattern falling apart as I'm using it. And making sure your pieces are nice and small as well is pretty important.
All right, we got about a minute left.
Mick
You guys
says,
got any-
I wore my ears outside my room and my dad asked me if I think I'm the animal. Your dad is watching too much Fox News. Maybe he's the furry watching Fox News. That's furry behavior.
You should get a speaker and blast that song, Animal I Have Become, and chase him around the house. That'll do it. That's the strat.
Why do I need duct tape for fursuits? Duct tape helps you create a three-dimensional pattern. Is this one of those if you can't beat 'em, join 'em moments?
Mm-hmm.
Gotcha.
All right, everyone. I've had such a fun stream with you.
This
all
was a
today.
good one.
What
This was a really
time.
great
That was
stream.
wonderful.
Yeah, that was a blast. I had a
Seriously,
blast.
a really good stream today,
Yeah.
actually. Yeah. But with that being said, I'll be going home soon. All right, I'm out, guys. You guys are done. That's it. I was trying to be nice for like 2 seconds. Bye. Bye, stream. Love you guys.
That's so fucking funny.
Perfect. Perfect timing.